Hello students, I hope you all are fine. In today's lecture, we will deal with the derivative of trigonometric functions. Means we try to find the derivatives of trigonometric functions by using the definition of a derivative. And first we will deal with the derivative of a sine function. Means we will apply the definition of a derivative and try to find what is the derivative of a sine function. Now we know that the definition is that f derivative of x is equal to limit h approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x is divided by h, and we know that our sine function is this one, sine x. Now in this definition what we need f of x plus h. Now if I try to find f of x plus h from here, this is our function and we are trying to find this value, because when we apply the definition then we get all these values. So we will get sine of x plus h. Now if we apply the formula of sine of x plus h here, means sine of a plus b, then we get sine of x cos of h plus cos of x sine of h. Now if we use these two values in equation number 1, then equation number 1 implies that f derivative of x is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h will be equal to this value, sine of x cos of h plus cos of x sine of h, and minus f of x, and the f of x is this value, means it is equals to sine of x and it is divided by h. Now after that limit h approaches to 0, we will take the value here, because then we can take the sine x as common. So I will write sine x cos of h minus sine of x plus cos of x sine of h is divided by h, and then after that limit h approaches to 0, sine x I can take it as common, and we are left with cos x minus 1 plus cos x sin h is divided by h. Now we can split these two terms as limit h approaches to 0, sine of x into cos of h minus 1 is divided by h, and cos of x sine of h over h. That means we are just simplifying this term so that we can get at some sort of conclusion where we can easily find the limit. Now as you know that limit is approaching, means here the variable term is h, not the x value. So that's why we take sine x as common and apply the limit on the terms that involve h. For example, cos x minus 1 over this one. Plus in the similar way we take here cos x as common, because limit is about h, not x, so it is treated as a constant, and we apply the limit h approaches to 0, sine h over h, and this is the value what we get. Now we know the two results. The first result is that limit, when our limit approaches to 0 and we have sine theta over theta, then its value is equal to 1. And we have also a result that when limit theta approaches to 0 and we have cos theta minus 1 over theta, then it is equal to 0. And this result is derived from this particular theorem, and so we just use these two results here, that here sine x and this whole term value is equal to 0, plus in the similar way here I write cos x and this term value from here is equal to 1, so that we will get cos x. That means the derivative of f derivative of x is equal to, means the derivative of cos x is sine x is equal to cos x. Hence we have proved it by definition that how we can find the derivative of a sine x. This is all about today's lecture. In the next lecture we will deal with the derivatives of other trigonometric functions. Thank you.